Mas pinasaya, mas aabangan, mas pinalakas na puwersa sa radyo. Rinig na rinig at malinaw na mapapanood on air at online. Saan man may Pilipino, sa buong bansa, sa buong mundo. Ito ang True FM sa 105.9. Dito tayo sa totoo. Simulcast sa True TV sa Signal Channel 19.
Mukhang kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taong pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay cherry loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, cherry loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
Mainit at makabuluhang talakayan tungkol sa sports, kumpleto yan dito sa Power and Play. Mula sa mga paborito at naglalakihang atleta hanggang sa mga natatanging Pinoy sports figures na dapat nyong makilala, ihahatid yan dito sa Power and Play.
Sa kapwa ko Pilipino, ipagmalaki ang galing na meron tayo. Ilantad ang likas nating talento at magdala ng saya sa mundo. Sa harap ng pagsubok ay di susuko. Para sa pangarap tayo'y porsigido. Pagpakitang gilas na at pagpapatalo. Ipag-iwang natin ang Pilipino. Yan ang Pinoy. Mula noon at hanggang ngayon, talento natin ng bida. Mula sa simpleng bakuran hanggang entablado natin ipakita. May pagsubok man ng Pinoy, pinalalakas ng saya. San man tayo sa pulo, sumbesibay, lakay, amiga. Sama-samang pakita, ang galing natin katropa. Sa kapwa ko Pilipino.
Ang Power and Play ay hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Cherry Tigo, Love Your Journey. Photon, gawa ng Pilipino para sa Pilipino. At Joyride, ang bago ninyong kasundo.
Halina't makinig, talakayin natin ang laro. Gusto mo, pag-usapan natin, ibida ang hilig ng bawat Pilipino na merong taglay na galing. Bangon na, Power and Play na, bangon na. Power and Play. Bangon na, Power and Play na, bangon na. Pilipinas tayo na, bangon na. Power and Play na, bangon na. Bangon na, bangon na. Power and Play na, bangon na.
It's Canlas, with 2 gold medals.
Power and Play with Noli, Eala.
Kampiyon na po ang Petro Gas Angels, samantala wagi naman ang Gilas Pilipinas. Ilan lang po yan sa napakagandang mga balita sa pagpasok ng huling buwan ng taong ito na atin pong hihimayin ngayong umaga. Kaya bango na! Power and Play na! Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat mga kapatid. Kami po ay muling bumabati sa aming TV5 Media Center. Sa lahat po ng ating mga giliw na mga nanonood sa atin po kung saan man dako kayo ng Pilipinas at ng mundo. Ako po si Noli Eala na again makakasama niyo po dito sa inyong paboritong kasalo sa almusal tuwing Sabado, ang Power and Play. And of course, napakarami po nating mga pag-uusapan sa mundo ng palakasan dahil ika nga talagang patapos na ang taon. At kaya naman ang mga labanan po ay natatapos na rin. At kagaya na nabanggit ko kanina, may mga nanalo na. Ika nga ha. Kaya po, tutok lang po kayo hanggang alas 10 ng umaga. Lalong-lalo na sa ating mga kaibigang nanonood po sa 1PH, sa Signal TV, sa True TV Channel 19. Mga nakatutok po sa ating live stream sa Facebook Live ng Power and Play at ng 1PH. And of course, yung mga nakikinig po sa kanilang mga sasakyan sa pamamagitan ng 105.9 True FM ngayong umaga pong ito. And of course, yung mga nanonood pa nga pala sa Sunday replay natin sa RPTV Channel 9. And syempre, hindi po kompleto ang ating huntahan kung hindi po natin makakasama ang ating kaibigan at partner, the man for all seasons, Gilas Season. Magandang umaga, partner.
Good morning, partner. Good morning sa inyo lahat. At salamat po. Nakita nyo, nakalungsod ako. At napapansin nyo, medyo malamig na. Maski pa paano nararamdaman na po natin ang lamig ng hanging amihan.
At nararamdaman lang din natin, partner, ang traffic.
Matindi.
Labing siyam na araw na lang eh.
Grabe. Alam mo ba kahapon ang galing sa event
Merry Christmas!
may sa Makati, pauwi ng Quezon City. Naipit sa traffic. 5 oras yata.
5 oras?
Umuwi.
Wala sa lolo ko yan.
Alas 3 na madaling araw nakauwi. Thank you very much.
Alam niyo po, kaya tayo magbaon ha. Magbaon po tayo ng napakaraming pasensya. Dahil talagang matindi na po ang daloy ng trapiko. Ako ito lang appeal ako sa mga otoridad eh. Sana naman yung mga nakaparada sa tabi, yung mga lalo na yung mga maliliit na kalsada, alisin na nila yon muna, diba? Yun ang kasi masikip na nga sa dami ng sasakyan. Meron pa mga nakaparking na hindi naman dapat naroroon. Kaya tuloy, ang daming naiipit.
I totally agree with you, partner. Alam mo, sa totoo lang, ang MMDA, katuwang ang mga LGU, ay puspusan talagang clear yan. Lalo-lalo na yung mga mabuhay lane.
Yun.
Or kung merong mga tatawag. Pero, alam mo ano yan eh. Ika nga sa English, it takes two to tango.
Yan.
Kahit anong puspos na paggagawa ng ating mga kinauukulan dyan, kung talagang pasaway naman ng ating mga mamayan, pagka-alis, parada uli,
Balik ng balik.
wala
mangyayari. Wala mangyayari.
Kaya dapat tayo magtulungan.
Hindi pwede lahat pamahalaan, hindi
Yes,
lahat gobyerno
correct.
ang may kasalanan.
Pero dagdag ko lang, partner.
Oo.
Ganda ng entrada mo kanina.
Bakit?
Sabi mo, uwagi ang Petro Gazz.
Siyempre.
Itong panahon ng mga nagwagi ang Petro Gazz at ang Gilas.
Oo.
Bigo ang aking team na UST. At panalo po ang UP at Lasal noong nakaraang laban sa Final Four.
Tama yan.
Oo,
kaya
kaya
congratulations sa UP na babalik po sa finals.
Yeah.
At mamaya po ang knockout game ng
Yes.
Lasal kontra NU. Naku, alam mo, may mga nakausap ako mga tiga NU. Naku, talaga daw kailangan manalo at galit na galit ang mga amo pag hindi manalo. Kaya makikita po natin napakagandang bakbakan po yan mamaya, NU kontra Lasal para sa huling upuan sa finals ng season 88.
Alam mo, madagdag ko lang, konti lang, partner. No? Madami rin nagtatanong sa akin, yung mga kaibigan natin taga Lasal, katulad mo. Ano ba palagay mo? May laban bang Lasal mamaya? Sabi nga, etong Sabado. Sabi ko, dalawa lang yan eh. Either they continue the confidence of a winning streak, or tamaan sila ng loob averages.
Wala, hindi maalis yun. Pero matanda mo, last week, napag-usapan natin yan nung sa COB. At ang sabi ko, ang aking prediction, yung isa papasok, yung isa magkakaroon ng second game. Ang ibig ko sabihin talaga doon, yung defending champion. Kita mo, ha? Ngayon, tapos ang Lasal na tulak. Ako ito, hindi naman sa pero itong laban na to,
Sa palagay mo?
may mananalo.
Ako kabaliktaran, partner.
May matatalo.
May matatalo dyan.
Talking about talo. Nagsimula na po ang Southeast Asian Games. Although hindi pa nagsisimula ang opening ceremonies. Pero
sa Lunes.
Sa 9 ang simula ng opening ceremonies. Pero nagsimula na ang football. At tayo ay may talo tayo sa women's, pero panalo sa men's. Kaya medyo nabalanse. Pero alam mo ang pinakamalaking talo, yun nangyari doon sa Gilas Pilipinas. Hindi pa doon sa qualifier doon po sa nangyaring nagulo ang ating pong lineup dahil sa SEA Games. Dahil sa eligibility rules po ng Southeast Asian Games. Pero syempre, isa lamang po yan sa mga marami nating inaasahang magbibigay po ng karangalan sa ating bansa sa parating na Southeast Asian Games doon po sa Bangkok, Thailand. At yan po ang ating unang magiging paksa sa ating pong programa ngayong araw pong ito na ating pong tututukan sa What's the Score? Isa sa mga flag bearer ng Pilipinas sa 2025 Southeast Asian Games ay ang Philippine Tennis Pride na si Alex Eala. Makakasama ni Alex si Philippine Men's Volleyball Superstar Brian Bagunas. Dala ang watawat ng bansa, makakasama nila ang pinakamalaking delegasyon. Pinakamalaki partner
Mahigit 2,000 yata.
Grabe, ng Pilipinas sa biennial meet. Ayon kay Philippine Olympic Committee President Bumble Tolentino, higit 1,600 delegates ang lilipad pa Thailand. At para po pag-usapan yan at iba pang mga updates natin sa Southeast Asian Games ngayon pong linggong ito, makakasama po natin ngayon ang chef de mission ng Philippine team o Team Pilipinas sa Thailand. Walang iba kundi si Dr. Jose Raul Canlas. Dr. Canlas, magandang umaga.
Good morning, Doc.
Good morning, Chairman. Good morning, Jara. Happy to be here.
And we're happy to have you, Doc. And I know ito na yung pinaghandaan mo all these months in the... Una. Let me begin with this. No, ano ba talaga ang final number natin? Final delegation number, and how many events are we competing in, Doc Raul?
We're competing in 50 events. In fact, I have the schedule here of 50 events, and then 3 demonstration sports and 1 tug-of-war. But we're not competing in all of them. We're competing even minimally in 50 events. We have about 1,200 athletes, and with support staff and everything, we're sending finally 1,700 delegation.
Wow.
But may mga konting dagdag pa dyan kasi may mga coaches na baka ipasok natin. May 1 or 2 athletes pa na pwedeng ipasok. It's still in flux. I just want to tell you that the last time I was involved in the Southeast Asian Games was 2019. Akala ko magulo na tayo noon. I mean, something's happening in Thailand. For example, we got notice 2 weeks ago that we have to pay for our all medical expenses.
Cover all medical expense?
All. Kahit emergency consultation, everything, we have to pay for it.
Wow.
Hindi sasagutin ng local organizing committee yan. Compare it with Manila and even Vietnam and Cambodia at the past. Every hospitalization sagot ng ng host dapat. But then we got word about 2-3 weeks ago, hindi sasagutin ng Thailand ang medical expenses.
Wow.
So, again, I'm very thankful for the Philippine Sports Commission. They're allowing us. In fact, I'm leaving on Monday. We'll be carrying cash.
Wow.
Saan ang daan mo, Doc?
We have to. We'll be carrying cash.
Baka kailangan mo ng body Doc.
Nandito kami dalawa. Sabi mo lang,
May contingency tayo for medical, and that's pretty big. And then for yung mga stays na unexpected, like yesterday I got word that the gymnastics team came early. So and the organizing committee, which is regular naman, will only accommodate you 2 days before your event and 1 day after. So for those who are coming in early, we have to arrange with the Philippine Sports Commission about their accommodation.
Okay, Doc.
Things like that. Yes.
Okay,
yes,
Doc. Two things, no? First, dating sabi ninyo, I remember it clearly when you were in our show, na more than 2,000. So ngayon, nag-trim down na ng 1,700. Kung may dagdag pa, mga 1,900. Parang gano'n.
Yes. I don't think it'll take 1,900. Medyo will trim down na 1,700.
Okay.
That's also because there's some sports that trim down, like for certain events, linimit tayo. I think in boxing, limit yung participation natin. In gymnastics, limited yung participation natin. So, nag-trim down tayo. Definitely. Okay. But it's still the biggest foreign delegation that we're sending.
Wow.
Okay. Second point, Doc, ito talagang, I mean, alam natin lahat it's an open secret na laging tradition na every time that the host country will come up with their own rules, diba? That would favor them. Since matagal na di ba? mukhang parang lumalala eh. What do you think should be done? Sino bang hawak niyan? Is it within the ASEAN interparliamentary to fix this the branch of sports? Wherein, di ba, we foster brotherhood, etc.
Dapat ganun.
Pero parang hindi na ganun ang nangyayari.
No, not at all. Imagine, just to limit our gold medals. I mean, if Kaloy participated, masisweep niya yan. 5-7 gold medals for sure. But he was only allowed 1. Imagine that.
Grabe.
So, it's to that extent. Now, sabihin natin yung basketball, the last time we talked, I was assured the passport only. And then there have been 3 or 4 changes since. In fact, as of last week, nagpapalit pa rin. I just talked to Coach Norman Tuesday night. They were not sure on who to put, but I think they submitted the final list already. My point is, it's the Southeast Asian Games Federation who controls it. The federation's not under the Olympic movement. It's not under Olympic Council of Asia. It's not under IOC. It's a very independent body. That's why they can make their own rules. Every once in a while, the more developed countries like us, Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, Indonesia, we bat for Olympic level.
Standards.
But the federation is made up of 10 countries, 11 team more or less, and medyo mahirap to pass because the smaller countries would want their national sport involved.
Okay.
Yainungway, kabaddi, things like that. So mahirap. But you're right, lumalala siya.
Lumalala eh.
Tawagin na natin na medyo nagkakagulangan na. Masakit man pakinggan, ha? Nagkakagulangan na eh.
Yeah. Okay.
I wanna ask you, Doc, ha? Kasi ito yung, siyempre, ito yung mainit na pinag-uusapan, of course, yung Gilas Pilipinas, na alam naman natin, sabi mo nga, nung huli ka namin nakausap, passport only. Diba? Even Coach Norman, at a few weeks later, sabi rin niya sa amin, passport only. And then all of a sudden, ang rule nila is not even FIBA eh, partner eh. It's not parang hybrid FIBA. Kasi naturalized, kasi FIBA pwede naturalized, di ba? Pero in-adapt nila yung 16-year-old, di ba? Ganun ba, Doc, ang rule. Ano nangyari dito? And did we contest this?
Yes, in fact, SBT had a meeting with the National Federation, Basketball Federation Thailand, with FIBA. Okay? May FIBA representative doon. Somewhere along the way, na sunod ang gusto ng local organizing committee. So, it just goes to show the SEA Games is really very fluid.
So, is this the rule for all disciplines?
No.
Or this is only for basketball? So, iba-iba yan. For every sport,
yes.
Iba-iba?
Iba-iba.
Wow.
Like for volleyball, they're instituting the FIVB. Kung registered ka as a player for the USA, you can play for the Philippine team. So that already disqualifies some of our women volleyball players. It's they came out with technical handbook, late na nga yung pag-release nila. But even with the technical handbook, and I'm talking about basketball, medyo nag-tweak sila eh. So we were really scrambling for players the past 2 weeks for basketball.
Who would be hosting the next SEA Games after?
I think it's Singapore, if I'm not mistaken.
Siguro naman magkakakunti kayo sa...
Well, very limited ang sports niyan. Singapore's small country.
Mas maliit eh.
They will limit. Can I mention we have hardworking teams right now in Bangkok?
Of course.
Ito pa isa. Binaha ang Songla. So they had to move the past 2 weeks 10 regular sports to Bangkok.
Oh wow.
As it was, Bangkok was already filled with all the sports. Now they had to move 10
more
sports there.
Wow.
So the venues are still being prepared. Even accommodation is in a flux. I have 2 teams right now, one in Bangkok and one in Chonburi. They're led by Deputy Job Malonzo of Bobinam and Deputy CDM Jared Bello of curling. They're trying to hold things together.
Wow.
Yesterday we had a meeting. Wala pang transportation official on Thailand, so we're fixing with the Philippine Embassy to use Grab for now.
How many athletes are already in Bangkok, Doc? And how many are you expecting?
Marami na. It's a flux within the next 2 weeks, but the sports that have started, you mentioned football, men and women.
Okay.
And then polo. There's already some swimmers there, and we actually asked permission to if they can use the swim venue, but as of 5 days ago, hindi pa handa yung swim venue nila.
So, alam naman natin,
marami na.
Alam natin ang Bangkok is very, very congested sa traffic. Are you staying in only one area o ginawa na yung hiwa-hiwalayan?
Naghiwalay na kami. In fact, this by experience in the last 6 years, we found out our successful athletes had to have a backup of backup team, medical, nutrition, and ganon. But now, we found out that our 22-man medical team was put in a hotel far from everything. So what we're doing now is looking for local. We went on a map, and then we centralized now where we can put up a medical clinic that's close to all athletes. Again, it's in a flux because accommodation, because of what happened to Songla, medyo nag-iiba-iba pa rin. But we're having satellite clinics. We're not just in one place, and we will rotate. We will rotate them. We have daily meetings with CDMs, and that the nice thing about now is meron tayong WhatsApp eh. So we have WhatsApp groups with all the
faster communication.
Yeah, and it's pretty much real time. May na-hospital na tayo na boxer.
Wow.
In training pa sila. Medyo dehydration, tapos nag-muscle breakdown, na ICU siya for a while. Pero he's okay now.
Alam natin, partner, si Doc Raul is one of the most renowned sports medicine experts ng ating bansa. So before I continue with the Southeast Asian Games updates, Doc, I want to ask you, meron ba kayong mga bagong dinalang machinery, technology to help our athletes? Kasi ako when I was in the PSC, I was already, and I don't know if you remember, I was already pushing for hyperbaric chambers to be brought for our athletes. Is that something that you would espouse, you would support for meets like this?
Yes, I would support that, but for other reasons other than financial. I'm concentrating more on manpower right now. So we have our biggest medical team. We have a sports psychologist. We have nutritionists. Certain sports like basketball, football have their own medical teams who are coordinate with us. Manpower muna, Chairman Noli. But in fact, Chairman, when you were there, you acquired some equipment for PSC that we are going to use in the future.
That's
Thank
good.
You for that.
All right. Okay, let me ask you, Alex Eala and Brian Bagunas are going to be our flag bearers. Talaga namang nakakatuwa. Actually, I already knew this news as early as when Alex played in Hong Kong. Binanggit to sa akin. But of course, we didn't want to reveal any of this because hindi pa rin naman sigurado at that time. But we're very happy and very proud na si Alex and Brian will be. Ano bang thinking? Bakit nyo napili yung dalawa, Doc, na maging flag bearer natin?
You mentioned it right now. Alex is probably, aside from EJ and Kaloy, is probably one of the more recognized Pinoy athletes. And Alex is such a humble girl. She's thrilled to be a flag bearer, and we are thrilled to have her as a flag bearer. Si Brian, because of what his performance in the last World Volleyball
Championship.
In fact, after that, Noli, he had offers from France and Germany
to play.
Right after.
Wow,
to play.
Ang galing.
But then he already signed up with Japan. So anyway, he's team in Japan.
Wow, terrific.
So he and this is considering 1 year after ACL operation. Imagine that. That's how good this athlete was. So we're happy. Ang ano kay Brian kasi, they're in camp right now. But he's also excited to be the flag bearer. Who wouldn't be?
Yes, of course.
Doc, we last week, my partner and I, si Noli, we were discussing about this, yung flag bearer. And this will be held on this Tuesday, right?
9th,
Yeah, you just said a while ago that you already have the schedule for all the athletes. Meron ba
for the games.
For the games.
For the game.
Si Alex ba may schedule ng Tuesday or Wednesday?
Wala. That's why we chose them. Wala. In fact, we prepared a delegation of 300 to march during the opening ceremonies. But again, a week ago, yung director nila ng opening ceremony biglang pinalitan. Only a week ago.
Na naman.
So, medyo, I don't know how many they will allow. If you remember, they already changed the venue of the opening ceremony about 3 months ago. I don't know how many they will allow to march. I doubt if they will allow all 300 of us to march. I'm sure they will limit it. One is for the security of their team. And second, remember, Thailand is in mourning right now.
Oo nga.
Namatay yung queen nila.
Namatay yung
so, in fact, there is a memorandum that no excessive celebration, things like that. So,
okay.
I don't know how that's going to. But yeah, no. Alex will be okay. Brian will be okay.
All right, that's good.
Rested.
Good to know.
Okay, Doc. With all the scenarios na itong papalit-palit, itong magulong
Iba-ibang rules.
Iba-ibang rules. Because several months ago, Chairman Bumble Tolentino was very confident to be getting bullish to get several gold medals. With this, ano ba ang medal expectations?
Yeah.
I'm still bullish.
Bullish pa rin. Okay, good.
I'm still bullish, but for sure di tayo number.
Okay. Pero hindi, more or less, anong tingin mo, Doc? Abot ba tayo ng mga top 3? Kaya?
I think kaya. I think kaya if some of our athletes, especially in the individual sport, swimming, I'm very confident about swimming. I think we have a little surprise coming up there.
Wow.
And then track and field. Yung mga individual sport, and then the
boxers.
Martial art. The boxers. Kaya lang, limited ang boxers natin.
Aba?
Remember, hindi lahat ng events pwede tayong sumali.
Dahil dapat daw, may ruling daw, dapat kompleto yung ngipin mo. Kapag tanggal lang isa, hindi ka pwede. Kahit anong galing mo, hindi kompleto ang ngipin mo, hindi ka pwede.
I'm hoping on the individual event. But as you know, Chairman and Jero, kung matalo tayo sa basketball.
Yun nga.
Patay ang
the most important gold medal Kaya grabe ang pressure kay Coach Norman Black. We've given this lineup and when you look at that lineup, it's not it's a good team. He has great players pero alam naman natin iba ang paghahanda ng Thailand. So again,
I'll just put you on the spot, Doc. Would you think the best thing to in order to fix this bad practice of host countries, would it be best if some of the countries will boycott the next parang nagkakalukuhan na tayo di ba?
But for some of these smaller countries, it's their only event that they can really,
yan lang sinasalihan nila.
Pero ayaw naman nila, di ba? Paano ka matututo?
Remember, there's still a shooting war.
Hindi, umalis ang Cambodia. Umalis ang Cambodia, right.
So it's there is, I think they're limited to 110 athletes na lang sila out of the original 400. And they got out of football. Medyo malaking bagay yun.
Alright. So,
they got out.
Doc, sino nga abangan natin in the next few days bago mag-opening?
Okay, Today there's a baseball game. I think it's happening. It should be happening in about an hour.
Baseball, okay.
And then polo. Polo will be playing this afternoon.
Okay.
They won. Our polo team won their first game against Indonesia a couple of days ago.
Nice.
And then on Monday, we will already have the football again. Important football matches, men and women.
Alright.
Yung women must win yun.
Yung bang NSA mo, walang surfing?
Wala mahina ang mga surfing federations ng...
Ang ganda-ganda ng mga beaches ng Thailand. Wala man lang.
I brought that up I brought that up. Pero mahina ang Surfing Association ng Thailand.
Sayang, no?
Wala silang gold.
Wala siguro silang gold. Kasi ang gusto nilang rule doon, yung kanilang kailangan mas maikli yung isang paano isa.
Totoo yun. May surfing. Indonesia and Philippines lang yan. Actually, it's a long word. Tweet natin yan. So short word.
Sayang.
Yes, sigurado yun. Even in the Asian Games sector, Chairman, biglang tinanggal ang long word.
Oo nga. Talagang...
Tinanggal ng Japan ang long word kasi we would have really scrapped that. But that's how it is.
Well, Doc, I know it's going to be a very, very eventful next 2 weeks for you and obviously for all of our athletes. Kami ay nagdarasal para sa ating Team Philippines and we are looking forward to the podium finishes and of course, a top 3 finish para sa ating bansa. Good luck, Doc Raul.
Chairman, can I just say something?
Sure, please.
I hope our Philippine team can bring some joy to the Filipinos. We have had natural disasters. We've had some crises in government. Right now, sports is the only thing going for us, or one of the few things that are going for us. So I hope we can bring some Christmas cheer to our Filipinos for the next week. Thank you very much.
Well said, Doc. Good luck, Doc Raul. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mga kaibigan, ang chef de mission ng ating Team Philippines sa Southeast Asian Games. Alam mo, hirap na trabaho yan. Hindi lang yan hindi lang yan puro meetings. Ang daming coordination yan. You gotta make sure na yung transportation, pagkain, accommodations, yung mga list of players, pasok, eligible, papeles. Ay, naku, ang hirap yan.
Yung sinabi niya nga sabi ng Thailand, hindi namin sagot ang medical expenses.
Kita mo yun?
Diba?
Mabuti na lang at maraming pera ngayon si Chairman Pato. Kaya, anyway, good luck po sa ating Team Philippines. Again, patuloy po natin tututukan. By the way, today, mamaya sa ating show, makakausap po natin ang ating Philippine Sepak Takraw national team in our continuing exposure for all of our, yung mga hindi po masyadong nakikilalang mga atleta na lalaban po dyan sa Thailand. Alright, bago tayo mag-break, isa muna pong paalala sa ating, mula sa ating mga kaibigan sa Smart. Puso Pilipinas is a movement to celebrate the Filipino athlete powered by Smart. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Get a chance to win exclusive Puso Pilipinas merch by sharing their Facebook page in your social media accounts with hashtag Puso Pilipinas. The Giga Life app is the latest mobile app from Smart that lets you discover and enjoy your passions with the different Giga promos. It can be downloaded and used by Smart Postpaid, Smart Prepaid, Bro Prepaid, and TNT subscribers via the Apple or Google Play Store. What can the Giga Life app do for me? Check your balance, monitor your current subscription, top up using debit credit card, subscribe to the latest Giga promos, monitor your data consumption, auto-detect your mobile number when you are connected to Smart Network, one-tap subscription to the most popular offer, Giga Video 99. And of course, Power and Play is powered by Smart. Live more today! When we return, Coach Tim Cone of Gilas Pilipinas ang ating pong makakapanayam. And of course, many more sa Power and Play. Hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Loom, Cherry Tigo, Photon, Joyride at ng N Plus Gold. Ang oras po natin, 8:35 ng umaga. This time check is brought to you by Ultima.
I dare to dream big. To be a voice of my generation. To inspire resilience in the face of roadblocks. And in sharing my stories, I let others share in my passion.
Follow Kai's stories on Twitter and share yours with Smart Double Giga Stories. Share 2 times the passion with 2 gigabytes for Twitter and more. Guaranteed every day, plus data for all sites.
Simple, smart ako.
sa True FM.
Sa 105.9.
Prepare delightful dishes every time with Technogas Technique appliances. Experience excellent cooking results with Technogas Technique's premium selection of cooking ranges, range hoods, built-in hobs, ovens, and kitchen appliances. Technogas Technique combines elegance, functionality, safety, and durability to enhance your skills and passion for cooking. Make Technogas Technique your cooking partner and fill your kitchen with appliances made to last. That's the Technogas Technique.
Belle here. You know my favorite part about the holidays? Sharing moments with Dunkin'. Hot choco with Mama's Noche Buena. Choco BTN for game night with cousins. And buckets of munchkins for family reunions. There's nothing like sharing holiday moments with Dunkin'. Ma, I'm home! At dala ko favorite mong pasalubong ng bayan. Dunkin'! Hey, it's Belle Mariano with a friendly reminder from your Dunkin' fam. Ingat sa biyahe!
Mga kapatid, ako po si Zion.
At ako naman po si Erin.
At kami ay para sa isa't isa. Dito sa TV5.
Para sa isa't isa.
Wow! Burr months na! Ang bilis ng panahon. Parang lahat rush. Oh, don't stress. Ang sagot dyan, balanse sa buhay. Parang paglaro ng Bingo Plus. When gaming, dapat balanse din. Hindi to dapat makaapekto o pumalit sa oras para sa pamilya, kaibigan o trabaho. When you game responsibly, tuloy lang ang saya.
Visit www.pagcor.ph/regulatory. Keep it fun at pagcor.ph. Responsible gaming at pagcor.ph. Gambling is for 21 years old and above only.
Gambling can be addictive. Know when to stop.
Hi, I'm Chixen Gumatay, 27 years old. In my life, I faced a lot of challenges. I am a working student since senior high until I finished my college. Napagtagumpayan ko lahat ng yun with the help of God. Malaking tulong din sa akin ng MX3 capsule kasama ang tamang pagkain at ehersisyo. MX3 inspires me to be excellent sa lahat ng mga ginagawa ko. Now, isa na akong Philippine Air Force enlisted personnel. I'm Chixen Gumatay sa MX3. Dito ako believe.
Mahalagang paalala, ang MX3 capsule ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamiting panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
MX3 capsule helps avoid pain discomfort. Iwas-iwas sa sakit.
Belle here. You know my favorite part about the holidays? Sharing moments with Dunkin'. Hot choco with Mama's Noche Buena. Choco BTN for game night with cousins. And buckets of munchkins for family reunions. There's nothing like sharing holiday moments with Dunkin'. Ma, I'm home! At dala ko favorite mong pasalubong ng bayan. Dunkin'! Hey, it's Belle Mariano. You know what time it is? It's Dunkin' Coffee time. Grab your Dunkin' Coffee today.
Balita, impormasyon, public service, entertainment, music, inspiration. Totoo, tunay, tapat. Ito ang True FM sa 105.9. Dito tayo sa totoo. Simulcast sa True TV sa Signal Channel 19.
Mukhang kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taong pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay cherry loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, cherry loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
Power and play with Noli, Eala. Muli ko nagbabalik ang Power and Play o siya nga pala sa mga nagsasapit ng kanilang mga birthday, lalong-lalo na ang ating very, very good friend and legend sa Philippine broadcast, sports broadcasting, si Seb Sarmenta. Happy birthday, paring Seb.
Happy birthday, Seb.
Nakakatuwa naman na bumabata ka ng bumabata. Isa sa mga talagang nakakatuwang nakasama ko po sa aking karanasan bilang isang broadcaster, si Seb Sarmenta, one of the true top talents of Philippine sports broadcasting. Happy birthday. Isa pang gusto kong batiin ng happy birthday. Kumpare ko po, one of the best musical directors of the country, si Homer Flores.
Uy, talaga.
Kumpare ko yun. Happy birthday. Birthday niya kahapon. Si paring Homer Flores. Again, pare, tumatanda na tayo. Pero ayos lang. Continue to keep the music running. Partner, meron kaya, alam ko meron kang gustong batiin na kaibigan natin.
Oo.
Diba?
gusto kong batiin ang happy birthday last December 1, belated. Ang ating kaibigan na palaging mahilig masaktan sa atin. Si Jojo Tamase ng M2 Malunggay Tigre. Happy birthday, Jojo.
Happy birthday, Jojo.
And also,
paano naman kami?
Paano naman kami? Paano naman yung M2 drinks
dyan.
natin? At also, I would like to greet talagang ito nanonood sa atin palagi. Tsaka bigatin to. The former DBP ano ba tawag mo doon? Corporate Secretary. Sorry. Former Corporate Secretary si Attorney Rene Garland. Yan, happy birthday. Celebrating his birthday today. And also, kamusta rin kay Attorney Marvin Herrera, isang magaling na abogado galing San Beda.
Happy birthday po sa inyong lahat na nagsasapit ng inyong mga kaarawan, and of course, lahat po na magsasapit this coming week.
Sana December. No?
Oo, ang dami dyan eh. Kasi talagang tsaka nga pala, gusto po nating siyempre kamustahin din ang mga nanonood sa atin madalas. Marami pong nanonood sa atin. Meron akong nakasabay nung isang araw at ako dyan po pala sa may Binyan, Laguna. Meron po daw isang dyan, tindahan na pag umaga talagang restaurant. Nandun nakatuto. Kaya lahat po ng mga taga Binyan,
yung puto Binyan, masarap yan. Tsaka isang laking Binyan. Si MMDA Chairman, Attorney Don.
ba?
Taga Binyan yan.
Chairman! Sa Tuesday, kita-kita tayo.
Yes, sa Tuesday.
Thank you, Tuesday. Alright, bago po tayo magpatuloy, syempre, patuloy po rin ang pamimigay ng Joyride Super App ng kanilang premyo po dito sa Joyride Top Up Promo. Napakadali pong manalo ng 1,000 pesos JRP wallet credits. I-download lamang ang latest version ng Joyride Super App. Kuhanan ng screenshot, ang app's home screen kasama inyong account name at ipadala ang screenshot via PM sa Power and Play FB page. Kasama po ng inyong pong pangalan at registered mobile number. At kayo po may chance ang manalo ng 1,000 pesos JRP wallet credits na inyo po magagamit sa Joyride Delivery, Joyride Motorcycle Taxi, Joyride Taxi Cab, Joyride Car, at Joyride Super Taxi. Again, yan po ay mula sa Joyride Super App. Thank you! Alright, partner, alam mo kagabi, nakausap ko. And alam naman natin ngayon, ang pinagbubunyi natin ay ang pagkapanalo ng Gilas Pilipinas sa first window ng FIBA Asia Cup para sa World Cup, no? Ikaw muna, take away mo, partner. Diyan sa first window na yan. Dahil alam ko na ikaw ay nanood mismo sa Blue Eagle Gym nung Lunes. Ano ang naging biggest take away mo dyan sa larong yan?
Ako talaga, sa totoo lang, no? Compared to siguro ganun rin ang sasabihin ni Coach Tim Cone. Dahil yung first game nila sa Guam, medyo slow start sila, pero nanalo in the end.
Tsaka maganda depensa nila doon.
Pero parang hindi maganda yung laro ng overall. Parang feeling ko, dapat mas magaling pa sila. Dapat hindi umaabot sa kalagitnaan, third quarter. Nabawasan na sa 10 points.
Baka naman nag-relax.
Ayun nga, that's my point. Dapat
Hindi pwedeng gano'n.
Hindi pwedeng gano'n.
Pero yung among the players, sinong pinaka-impressive sa iyo, partner? Sinong naka-impress nakakuha ng yung atensyon?
Well, maganda naman yung laro ni Chris Newsom talaga. Pagka nagkakaroon ng kailangan ng pupukol para pumuntos, there you go. QMB, magaling din.
Among the new ones,
Among the new ones, QMB, maganda yung laro niya.
And of course, Dwight Ramos, consistent.
Ramos, definitely.
Always consistent. And
given
JB.
na si Dwight Ramos at saka si Justin Brownlee, given na yan.
Ika nga, ang unang window, madali ang pagkapanalo dahil magandang break-in, kumbaga. Break-in. Pero again, sabi ni Coach Tim Cone, marami pang malalakas na haharapin sila. Sa mga susunod na window, February at March. Patungo sa World Cup. And of course, tayo naghahangad na sila ay patuloy na maging successful at maging healthy ang mga player natin. Alam natin, may mga pagpapalit na sapagkat si Japet Aguilar ay nag-retire na from the national team at hindi naman bumabata na si Justin Brownlee.
And the big question is, will Kai Soto play this February and March?
Yan ang magandang pinag-usapan po natin. Kahapon, nakapanayam ko po ang head coach mismo ng Gilas Pilipinas na ngayon ay 2-0 sa World Cup qualifiers. At ito po ang ating interview with Coach Tim. Happy to have you on the show again, Tim. It's been a while, and congratulations on on a very, very good first window.
Yeah, it was it went expected. It was the way everybody expected it to go. For Gilas, it's always tough because if you win a game by 40 points, it's because the competition was not good enough. And if you win a game by 20 points, well, you should have won by 40 points. It's always that kind of thing with Gilas, the national team. Yeah. It comes with the territory, it comes with the job, and we all understand that. And but the bottom line is, we kept saying, doesn't matter whether we win by 40, by 20, or by 1 point. He said all we needed was a 1 point win in both games. We needed those two games, absolutely needed them to advance into the second round, no matter what happens in Australia and New Zealand. So it was really crucial that we take care of business against Guam.
It's interesting that you say that, because when I was, I saw parts of the game, and obviously I looked at all of the numbers, and clearly your offense was very balanced. It seemed like everybody was able to help out, and defensively, especially in the first game, you limited Guam to 17 of 70 shooting, and that's incredible. I mean, that's a testimony to the kind of defense that you've played. When you see these numbers, and of course all of the individual stats of the players, how do you assess the entire window so far? Maybe from a perspective of maybe chemistry, Tim. Maybe from the perspective of the guys playing together, even in a very short period of time.
Well, it's a great group of guys. I mean, that I have to be really upfront with. It's a really great group of guys. They're all over themselves. No one's out there trying to show, who they are. And we talked about it. It's not about playing your game or your game or your game, pointing to guys around the room. It's really about playing our game, and that's what we, and they really were really tuned into that, and I thought that was really cool. And defensively, in the first game, we were really locked in. And again, we knew the importance of the game. We went into the game with some trepidation, not knowing how Guam would respond at home, how the home crowd would affect them, the home rims, the whole thing. Because we've had that experience, playing in Chinese Taipei, playing in Saudi Arabia, playing in Qatar, playing teams at home is really much more difficult than playing them in neutral sites or on the road, So we were a little bit worried about that. But defensively, we came in locked in, and that kind of fueled our offense. We were trying to become more of an attacking, more freewheeling team to try to emphasize our skills as a team and not try to slow down as much as we had done in the past. Now that we understand the system better and we've been together for a while, and I thought that kind of lifted everybody up, and we played at a higher level because of that.
That's interesting. When you talked about the system, we know that you expanded the pool a little bit on this particular window by adding a couple of players. We know that Justin Brownlee just came in after a bout with pneumonia. So obviously, in any other scenario, those would have been factors in the kind of game that you'll play in a window. But are we now beginning to see the benefit of your vision, Tim, of a smaller pool that really understands your system of play, and it's now beginning to reap benefits for the national team? Is this what you've been talking all along about?
I hope so. The proof is in the pudding, and I'm not sure we've really put the pudding all together yet. I mean, Guam is a level that I don't think proves the pudding yet. And I think we get to New Zealand and we Australia at home. When we get to that second round and we play teams like Iran and Jordan and Syria and Iraq, I think that we'll really start to see, whether this thing is all put together well. There is no doubt about it. If we had lost to Guam in this thing, if there was a chance that we had lost here, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. I wouldn't be the Gilas coach. There'd be a cry for something else. We understand that. We talked about that as a group as well. we were playing for the life of the program, and but it's an ongoing proving. You're never going to prove it until you actually get to the top 20 in the world, or you get to the World Cup and get to the second round, or you get to the LA Olympics. That will be the final proving ground. Until then, we're constantly proving ourselves over and over and over again. And the beauty of what's happened so far is that we have failed a few times, and failure with the national team is just absolutely crushing. You just feel so bad when you fail with the national team. But the failure has led us to make changes, to see what's wrong, tweak what's going on, trying to find a better way. And if you don't have that opportunity to fail, you'll never have that opportunity to find improvement and growth. Right. And I feel like we've found some improvement and growth in the Asia Cup, losing to Chinese Taipei. As hard as that was, it was a really good learning experience for us. And we did tweak some stuff. We tweaked our offense. We did some more things defensively because we've been together a few times. We didn't have to start from ground zero. Right. We were able to add and subtract from what we've already done. And that is the vision. It's the so-called vision of why we keep a smaller pool, why we keep the team together, and why we keep moving forward. Now, saying all that, this is the year where we are now to go through a full assessment through December and January and decide, exactly where what we're going to do with the lineup. And that's in the future coming up.
And talking about that, talking about having to prove yourself, having to prove the system and your vision. And obviously we're seeing this, and as you said, Guam may not be the barometer of that particular proof, but still you can see the signs of what you're trying to do. But people, and I know you're very much into social media. I know that you check out some of the comments, and one of the comments I've read is that if you're very keen on keeping or having players who already know the system, what's the difference between QMB and GDL in terms of why you chose QMB? Obviously, the height. I mean, in terms of what their size is, that's quite obvious. But in terms of their knowledge of the system, and was that a factor? QMB and GDL. How do you respond to that?
When I first spoke to Juan in the very beginning, in our first conversation, when I asked him to join the pool, I was very, very upfront with him. I told him that there's probably not a very good chance of him joining this particular window at this point. But what he could do is he could come in and use this time to get comfortable in what we do, and we can get comfortable in seeing what he can do. We can explore his game, and he can explore our system, and that will set him up for next year. And it's really the next year in which you want to play, on the Gilas team. This is a good year. But next year, oh my gosh, we're playing Australia, New Zealand. We're going to the Asian Games in Nagoya for 2 weeks, trying to defend a gold medal. I mean, and then we go into the Middle Eastern qualifiers, for the World Cup. We cross over, so next year is really going to be the key year in terms of qualifying for the World Cup and going into the World Cup the following year. So, I was very upfront with him. And so when we came down to some tough choices, we decided to go ahead and follow that plan with Juan. Let him go through this, let him feel what it's like. But the idea is he's going to be part of the next group coming in next year. The only thing is, remember, whenever we add somebody, we got to subtract somebody from those 12.
That's right.
And that makes it for really, really hard decisions. Right now, Q was easy because Kai is not there, and Q in the future is easy because Kai has someone to replace in Japeth. So Japeth has been wanting to retire, and his wife is on my wife for years trying to get her on the national team, and I keep saying nope. And finally, I said, okay, with QA now added, we have that additional size. With Kai coming back, we're going to be solid in that front line with AJ and Junmar. We can now allow Japeth to ride off into the sunset. And, happy life, happy wife. Keep his wife happy, he'll be happy. So, that was the idea with Q. Q was easy to bring in because he really wasn't replacing anybody. But Juan was a little bit more difficult to bring in because we did want to stay solid with the 12 guys. Remember, the 12 guys we have, in all honesty, are under contract. The guys we were bringing in on the pool were not under contract with the SPP. So there's more involved there than just putting people in, putting people out. There's financial obligations, there's contracts, there's all kinds of things that go on in the team. That doesn't make it simple.
And when you talk about all of these things, and you talk about people coming in, and obviously you finally found a 12-man lineup that went to Guam and came back again to win against Guam. How do you compare this iteration of your lineup now with what you want the team, or how you want the team to finally look? And I know you're a guy that already has visions of how a team should look, maybe during the big ones, the World Cup, the Olympics. How does this new version of Gilas, given the young legs and the size of these players?
I agree. I think that this is the iteration that we were looking at this side. We have size. I think the number one requisite for being on this particular version of the national team or Gilas is that you have to be a two-way player. You have to be able to play defense and offense. We're not going to get purely defenders. We're not going to get purely offensive players. We feel the pool of players, the selections that we have to select from, there's enough guys that play two-way that we can select from. So we're really that's the number one requirement. You got to be able to play both ways. And the other requirement is that we wanted a mix of youth and veterans. We don't want to have totally a youthful team because we don't feel like we have that veteran presence that are mentors and teachers. We don't want purely a veteran team because we want a team that's going to get better and develop. Like Kai is 23, Carl's 24, KQ's 24, Dwight's 26. 2 years from now when we reach the World Cup or the Olympics, these guys are going to be 28, 29 years old and reaching their prime at that time. So this is all kind of the things we want in terms of that. And we want to have enough size that we can compete internationally, yet enough quickness in which we can play smaller, quicker Asian teams like Korea or Japan or Chinese Taipei. And that's one of the reasons we're looking at Juan as being one of those players. So he can help us in the point guard position and help us compete with that level of players team.
You're talking about age, and of course we are now seeing the changing of the guard, so to speak, with Japeth retiring, and we know that Junmar is not getting any younger, CJ and Chris Newsome as well, and now you see the new guys, as you had mentioned, KQ, Carl, and even AJ. How do you plan to start ramping up, their roles in the team? Then we saw this in the Iranian team way back with Haddadi and his group. We saw this with the Chinese Taipei team when they were youngsters and they started again growing with the team. Are you now beginning to really ramp up the roles of these young guys, even with the veterans still around?
Well, there's still, you always have to think about competition. You just don't hand things to somebody. They have to compete. They have to compete with each other. There has to be an ability that they show during our practices, during levels of game. KQ is a great example. KQ has come in and he has shown that he's a primetime player. He makes primetime plays, and his game is growing over more and more. and he's getting more and more playing time. And but there's certain guys like AJ, who's 24 or 23, 25 years old maybe, who AJ Edu, who his game is so accomplished at the moment. You just got to give it to him, and the same came in with QMB. Q came in, Quentin came in, and he showed us stuff right away. I mean, he showed us he could compete right in practice. I mean, his intelligence factor was really off the charts. He knew where to be. He knew, he picked up things very quickly. He's a great defender. So, it was easy for him to come in and merge right away with the team. But, it's really about people earning. They got to earn their minutes. They got to earn their time. Right. It comes with learning to play with each other and learning to play within the system, and playing winning basketball. It's not about putting numbers up. It's not about coming up and hitting 15 points. You may score 15 points, but we lose by 25. That doesn't make me anything. But if those 15 points are meaningful in a win, then that's obviously going to grow your game. But it's more than just points. It's the rebound. It's the, playing with the, being a good teammate, being a good leader if you're an older player, being open to coaching if you're a younger player. There's so much more that goes in. So these guys have to earn their way. No one's going to just be handed it to it. Now, what you hope over time with these young guys, they just continue to get better and better, and they demand by their play and by their practice, I demand more minutes because of the way I'm playing. That's what you're looking for.
All right. Well, before we go to the next window, I don't want to leave this topic about your players and the changing of the guard without having to talk about JB. Obviously, JB remains the stalwart, the main cog of his team. He, of course, he paced everyone in terms of scoring, but he's obviously also getting of age, getting up there. And we've seen the pictures of Benny Boat right now getting into that naturalization phase. Can you already see a transition, Tim? Do you foresee this?
Well, I think it's the same thing what we were just talking about in terms of coming in and having to show yourself. We haven't seen Benny up close in the practice. The last time we saw Benny in playing or in a practice up close was in the finals against San Miguel, 2 years ago, and he's had some injuries since then. So we need to have an opportunity to bring him in, to put him in practice. And to see how he does, and but in the meantime, Justin is just such a good fit to what we do in terms of filling up that position that is probably the weakest on our team, and understanding his teammates, understanding his role. He knows he's the primetime guy. He's going to make the big basket when we need him to. Because he's got that DNA in him already. So whether it'll be Justin when we get to the Olympics, I'm not sure. He'll be 39, I think, at that time. Maybe not, but maybe he will be the best guy. I just don't want to put a cap on him at this point and say, okay, he's done at this point, because he's still extremely effective. And we've got to see Benny, and we're going to continue to look and check out other players that we want to naturalize. The SBP, that's an ongoing process for them, continuing to look for players to naturalize.
Absolutely, and we certainly hope. Of course, we're not. I'm not saying that we're hoping that Justin won't be the man, but again, it's all about preparing. Tim, talking about preparing, the next window is coming up in February and March. I guess the powerhouses of our continent, and you've talked about how important that will be, and you also talked about Kai Soto, how important he will be in that particular window. Talk about that a little bit with us, and what do you think are the other keys to the next window?
Well, Kai is crucial to us because he fits what we do And I think we have a tendency to underrate how talented this kid is. I mean, he is a 7'3" guy who can get up and down the floor, who can shoot the outside shot, post up, and tremendous vision. And we're a ball movement type of team, and so a big man who can throw and can pass the ball like a point guard is like God sent to what we do. And I've said this before. I'll say it really quickly. To me, Kai with us is like Jumar with San Miguel. Jumar with San Miguel is a special team, and he's proven it. He's a 7-time MVP, maybe 8 by now. I'm not sure. I've lost count. But constant All-Filipino champion. But we've seen the times when he's had injuries or been out, and you see that San Miguel is still a very good team, but they're not as good as they could be with Jumar. Obviously, Jumar takes them to brand new levels. And I feel that with Kai. I feel Kai has that same impact on us. I think we're a good team without him, but when he comes onto our team, we jump to all different kinds of levels. And I think we can compete at an international level with Kai. And when I talk about an international level, I'm talking about a European level. We can compete with European teams. And I compare Australia and New Zealand with European teams. And with Kai, I think we can compete with them. Can we beat them every time? Will we go 10-0 when we play 10 European teams? No, that won't happen. But we can win games.
We have a chance. Yeah.
And have a chance every time we play. And the ball, goes good for us. Maybe we finish, 8-2 or 7-3 or 6-4. And that's really our goal, is to compete at that kind of level with the European teams. And I think Kai can do that. Playing at home coming up is absolutely crucial. It's going to be really hard to beat Australia and New Zealand on the road. We've already seen that. But we've also seen that at our home, at our house, with our crowd, we've seen that we can beat New Zealand. And so these are the crucial games. This is the one where we need the most support. This is the one where we need a home court feel to get us over the hump against these two teams. And I can't underestimate or exaggerate how important that is. It's just absolutely crucial.
Are you treating that window in a more special way in terms of calling the players earlier? Is there anything that'll be different from what you?
I would absolutely love to, but we don't control the Japanese leagues. We don't control the Korean leagues. The Koreans didn't release KQ and Carl until the last 2 days of practice. And so the whole week and a half that we had, Carl and KQ came late, and so they didn't get the whole beginning part of it. And I felt that really hurt them. And I told KQ that if he had been here from the beginning of the camp, he would have started in the first Guam game. And I told him that before the game because that was the intention. But with him coming so late and not getting caught up into some of the new things we were doing, we felt it was only right that we start the other guys. Same thing with AJ. AJ came in and met us in Guam. He didn't even get any of the time before AJ Edu. And he didn't start, and we started Q because Q had been there from the beginning. So the PBA is actually giving us a big break. I think the game is on the 26th.
26th.
The PBA finishes on the February 4th. So that gives us like 3 weeks or more preparation, which was awesome. However, we won't get the Japan guys, and we won't get the Korean guys. So, KQ, Kevin, AJ, Quentin, Kai, all these guys, Dwight, who's so key in our team. We don't talk about Dwight enough, by the way. We don't talk about Dwight and how really, really good that kid is. Everybody talks about his movie star looks, but I tell you what, he's got a movie star game.
Everybody's been so used to the way he plays. That's why. He's just incredible.
He's incredible. But, so those guys, none of those guys will be with us. So we'll basically have, 5 or 6 players until we can get those Japan and Korea guys in. So, like I said, we don't have control over those leagues. PBA has graciously given us the time, but unless we can get Korea and China to follow up, Korea and Japan to follow up as well, we're still going to be in the same boat that we've been in the last few windows.
All right.
Even though this one is super important.
Before I go to your team in Enebra, very quickly, I want to ask this. We know that it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough road getting to the World Cup. But the World Cup is doable. We've been there because there are more slots for our region.
There's 7 this year.
7 slots. So
and you can almost name the automatics and the teams you're going to have to compete with to get to those 7 slots. There's actually 8, but one of them goes to Qatar. Yeah. So that's only leaves 7 for us. So no matter where Qatar places, they're going to be in the top 8. So obviously
we're right there. We're very competitive in the top 7. So, but going beyond that, and you've said that this is an important stepping stone for our dream to get back to the Olympics, where we played last in 1972, where there's only one slot, the top Asian team getting to the Olympics. Tim, what will that mean to you? What will that mean to you, just getting to that point?
It's almost, it's so far and so out there that you don't even really want to think about it. I mean, my God,
it's only 3 years to go. It's only 3 years to go.
Getting to the Olympics is mind-blowing. Can you imagine going to the Olympics and getting to play the U.S. team with Coach Spo coaching the team? Yeah. I mean, that's mind-blowing. That's out of this world. But it's one step at a time. But that is absolutely the dream. I mean, that's the dream. And but we don't want to make it a nightmare. So we'll just worry about today.
Right. Fair enough.
What's right in front of us, and that's again getting to the World Cup, playing New Zealand. That's the next thing right now. Playing New Zealand.
Dream, yan ang LA Olympics na pinag-uusapan ni Coach Tim Con, and of course, nagsimula na po ang ating paglalakbay patungo doon, partner, with that victory sa first window.
Yeah, kaya nga.
Napakahalaga.
Pero it's a very tough match for February and March.
Yan ang ating aabangan. Again, the big question, Kai Soto, it looks like he will play. Justin Brownlee, siya pa ba ang ating magiging player? And of course, the rest of the squad. Sabi nga niya, si Dwight Ramos, hindi daw napag-uusapang enough si Dwight Ramos at ang kanyang contribution to the national team. Tunay naman talaga. He's probably the second best player in the team.
And the off the chart talaga yung basketball IQ niya.
Grabe. Sabi niya, pinag-usapan lang natin kung gaano siya kagwapo hindi natin pinag-usapan.
Hindi, liga naman kasi natin.
Sabi ko kasi naman, tayo talaga, ganyan talaga. Accepted na, Coach. Don't worry. Hindi naman namin sasapawan yan si Dwight Ramos. Alright, bago po tayo mag-break, syempre sumili po na tayo sa mga viral videos at pop culture sa mundo ng palakasan sa Stop and Pop. Ang title po ng video natin ngayon ay Run Slow to Go Fast. Mahirap ito mga sinasabi ng ating ni Mike. Sige, roll natin ang video na yan. Yan yung payo sa mga bago pa lang sa pagtakbo. Ayun, yung pala yun, Annual Thanksgiving UNC. Go slow and steady lang para di agad maubusan ng hangin at iwas injury. Applicable din yan sa mga tito nating may planong makipagtakbuhan sa mga barkada nyo. Katulad nitong nasa video natin. UNC race noong US Thanksgiving. Hindi kaya atakin. Mainit yung simula ng dalawa pero tumirik agad. May isang nadali pa yata ang hamstring. Pero si Tito sa kaliwa, smooth and steady. Tama nga yung advice. Run slow to go fast. At yan din po ang ating Stop and Pop.
Palagay ko, partner, yung tinamaan ng hamstring, fit na fit yun.
Ipit yung pantalon.
Naipit yung hamstring.
Alright, when we come back, mga kaibigan, makakausap pa natin ang Philippine Sepak Takraw National Team patungo sa Southeast Asian Games at ang bagong hirang na kampyon ng PVL Reinforced Conference, ang Petro Gas Angels. Lahat po yan sa Power and Play. Hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Loom, Cherry Tigo, Joyride, Photon, at ng N Plus Gold. Ang oras po natin, 9:16 ng umaga. This time check is brought to you by Ultima.
I dare to dream big. To be a voice of my generation. To inspire resilience in the face of roadblocks. And in sharing my stories, I let others share in my passion.
Follow Kai Stories on Twitter and share yours. With Smart Double Giga Stories. Share 2 times the passion with 2 gigabytes for Twitter and more. Guaranteed every day. Plus data for all sites.
Simple. Smart ako.
Maraming salamat po dahil saan man ang True FM. Naroon din kayo sa 105.9 na tayo. Dito tayo sa totoo.
Belle here. You know my favorite part about the holidays? Sharing moments with Dunkin'. Hot choco with Mama's Noche Buena. Choco BTN for game night with cousins. And buckets of munchkins for family reunions. There's nothing like sharing holiday moments with Dunkin'. Ma, I'm home! At dala ko favorite mong pasalubong ng bayan. Dunkin'! Hey, it's Belle Mariano. There's nothing like a Dunkin' treat today.
Ang oras, 9:18.
Ang oras sa True FM ay hatid sa inyo ng
Fuji Denso Home and Commercial Appliances, where you get reliable, durable, and energy-saving products. Upgrade your home, upgrade your business with Fuji Denso. Quality above all.
Celebrate the lives of your fallen family heroes at Tahanan ng Alaala in Himlayang, Pilipino. We offer premium memorial service by providing 24 hours personalized customer care with flexible funeral and chapel accommodation packages. At Himlayang Pilipino, we give honor to the heroes of your lives. For inquiries, you may contact us at 0968-896-4850 or 0917-713-5034 or visit us at www.himlayangpilipino.org.
Himlayang Pilipino.
Marami sa ating mga kapatid ang humaharap ngayon sa matinding pagsubok, maging bahagi ng kanilang pagbangon. Bisitahin ang official Facebook page ng Alagang Kapatid Foundation para sa opisyal na QR code at mga paraan ng pagtulong. Mag-ingat sa pagpapadala ng donasyon. Tumulong lamang sa official payment channels upang ang iyong kabutihan ay tunay na makarating. Sandigan natin ang bawat isa. Buhayin natin ang pag-asa. Kapit-bisig sa pagtulong. Tulong mga kapatid. Bayanihan Drive. Ngayong Pasko, maging certified ka True pa! Tutok lang sa mga paborito mong programa sa True FM. Good Morning Bayan with Ruth Cabal, Sana Lord with Lord De Vera, Heart to Heart with Kuya Poy, at Dr. Love with Brother June Banaan. Tumutok lang sa tanong ng mga anchor, sagutin ng tama at manalo ng instant cash prizes. Simple lang, makinig, sumagot at manalo. Handog ng True FM ngayong Kapaskuhan. Certified ka True pa! Sa True FM, laging true sa'yo, kapatid!
Belle here. You know my favorite part about the holidays? Sharing moments with Dunkin'. Hot choco with Mama's Noche Buena. Choco BTN for game night with cousins. And buckets of munchkins for family reunions. There's nothing like sharing holiday moments with Dunkin'. Ma, I'm home! At dala ko favorite mong pasalubong ng bayan. Dunkin'! Hey, it's Bel Mariano. There's nothing like a Dunkin' treat today.
Mukhang kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taong pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay Cherry Loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, Cherry Loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
Power and Play with Noli, Eala. And welcome back mga kapatid sa ating pong second hour ng Power and Play. Kanina again nakasama natin po si Coach Tim Con. Mamaya-maya ating pong makakapanayam ang Petro Gas Angels. Pero bago po yan, syempre gusto natin magpasalamat muna sa lahat po ng ating mga sponsors na patuloy pong sumusuporta sa ating palatuntunan all of these 8 years ng Power and Play. Unahin ko na po of course ang Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum sa ganitong bago-bago ang panahon mga kapatid. Sobrang init tapos biglang ulan. Kailangan natin na matibay at protektadong bubong. Dapat ang bubong ay yerong may aluminum. Kapag may aluminum, tsak na pang matagalan. At isa lang ang alam kong dekalidad na yerong may aluminum, yan ang Cherry Loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero. Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Thank you! Photon Vans, kapag komportable ang biyahe, ang sarap mag long trip at iyan ang hatid ng Photon Vans tulad ng Photon Trans Van E, Photon Trans Van HR, Photon Trans Traveler X 16-seater, Photon Traveler XL 19-seater, at Photon Tuano 15-seater, Photon Tuano Executive 11-seater. Turbo diesel ang makina, walang bitin sa lakad at hatak. Merong manual at meron ding automatic transmission. Pang negosyo, pang barkada at pampamilya. Merong 5-year or 150,000 kilometer warranty, whichever comes first. Pumunta o tumawag sa pinakamalapit na Photon dealership sa inyong lugar. Thank you! Cherry Tigo. Energize your drive with the all-new Cherry Tigo Cross HEV. One of the most attainable hybrid electric vehicles in the market. This hybrid electric vehicle is one of the most powerful and feature-packed subcompact SUVs that delivers 204 horsepower and a class-leading 310 Newton meters of torque. And with a 5-star ANCAP safety rating, 14 advanced driver assistance features, including adaptive cruise control, you get the peace of mind that comes with advanced protection every time you hit the road. This electrified SUV comes with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto at an introductory price of just 1.198 million pesos. With a 1,200-kilometer full tank range, the Tigo Cross HEV can take you from Manila to Baguio and back twice without needing to refuel. Visit our or your nearest Cherry Auto Philippines dealership and book a test drive today. Thank you! Joyride ang inyong bagong kasundo. No more waiting na sa Joyride QR Code Instant Booking. Parahin lang ang Joyride MC Taxi driver at i-generate ang QR code sa Joyride Super App. At sa Joyride Super Taxi Hatid Airport Service, wala nang hassle sa pagpunta sa airport para sa inyong next flight. Pre-book a ride to the airport from 2 weeks to 24 hours prior to your departure. For inquiries, call the Joyride Super Taxi Hatid Airport hotline at 0920-948-6550. Thank you! 717 Deli, serving quality classic premium sandwiches. Treat yourself to a feel-good meal today. Located at 3rd floor, 53 Connecticut Street, Green Hills, San Juan. 717 Deli, keep you smiling with every bite. Thank you! Skin, your face and body anti-aging center with branches at Alabang Town Center and Green Hills, San Juan. For your skin assessment and treatment schedule, please call 0917-890-1640 or 0977-809-8886. Thank you! Smart, live more today. Thank you! Rudy Project Shades, elevate your performance and style with Rudy Project. Thank you! N Plus Gold, may bagong teammate ang sa Power and Play, ang N Plus Gold, adult nutritional powder drink para sa bawat laban. Powered ka with calcium, phosphorus, vitamin D3, essential nutrients for mobility and bone strength, at soy protein to support muscle development. And Plus Gold, tanda ng pagmamahal. Thank you! And Ultima, vitamins and minerals with ginseng food supplement, Korean ginseng or Panax ginseng Ultima.
Thank you!
Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng ating mga tagapagsuporta. O partner, bago natin, syempre, batiin muna natin ang mga tagapangasinan. Nakakalimutan mo.
Marami kasi tayo kanina mga na-interview. Pero, bigyan ka po sanad si kayo namin, di tanadlinggayan, Pangasinan, tanenteron, probinsya na Pangasinan. Kumon medyo walay ketel na. Walay ketel.
Wala.
May lamig. May lamig na. Salo na doon sa norte. Kaya...
May malamig na portion ng Pangasinan.
Ano?
May malamig na portion naman ng Pangasinan.
Oo, dahil sa taas yun Pagka tumama ang hanging amihan,
malamig
talaga doon.
At saka syempre, yung dagat.
Yung dagat pa. And also pala, partner, gusto ko rin magpasalamat yung isang employee ng BPI Fairview, si Cristina Ramosa. Tinulungan ako talaga kahapon. Maraming salamat.
Kasama
Chris.
ba yun doon sa mga flood control?
Hindi.
Ako kasama. Baka matawag ka ng
Nagka-problema lang ako sa credit card. Mukhang nahak natulungan ako.
Oy, oo nga pala. Belated happy birthday din kay Noel Solis. Isa ko pong kaibigan niya na tumutulong sa atin sa ating pong paggawa ng ating konting renovation sa bahay. Si Noel Solis.
Kailan kaya ako makakapunta dyan? Malapit na.
Alright, mga kapatid, patuloy po tayong tumututok sa mga atleta nating papunta po sa Philippines, sa Bangkok, Thailand para sa Southeast Asian Games ngayong taon na to. At ngayon pong araw pong ito, gusto nating itampok isa na namang sport na hindi naman natin masyadong napapansin kumbaga o na hindi pa masyadong popular sa mga kababayan natin na ito naman po ay akbang-akba para sa mga Pilipino. Ikaw ba magaling ka doon sa mga sipa?
Hindi, yung laro sipa. Yung tingga na may estro. Naglalaro ko
yan ang history origin. Kasi yung salitang sepak, sipa yun. Diba? Sipa yun
magaling ako noon, nung bata ako.
Ako magaling. Ako yung sinisipa.
Laro ko yan. Yung laro sipa.
Diba?
Meron pang black magic sa likod yung banat mong gano'n.
Ang sepak takraw, iba naman. Meron kasi siya, para siyang badminton.
Yes.
Pero volleyball ang style.
Bola.
Na may ratan. Ang takraw, ratan yan Kicking. Sipa, yung takraw, ratan ball. Kaya yan, in English, parang kicking ay ratan ball. Yeah. Literally, yun ang ibig sabihin nun. At ngayon po, makakasama natin, mga kapatid, ang miyembro ng ating pong Team Philippines sa Sepak Takraw na naghahangad ng gold and glory para po sa ating bansa. Welcome to the show ang head coach po nila si Jason Huerte at mga kapitan ng koponan si Abigail Sinubuhan at Vince Allison Corno. Magandang umaga mga kaibigan from Sepak Takraw. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning sa inyo. Good morning
po, Commissioner.
Alam mo, unahin muna natin si Coach. Coach, alam natin na ang Sepak Takraw, alam mo, partner, consistently nagbibigay ng medalya sa Pilipinas pagdating sa Southeast Asian Games. 2 gintong medalya noong 2019, isa noong 2023 na silver. Coach, kamusta ang paghahanda ninyo sa Southeast Asian Games in terms of mga tournament proper or mga training ninyo? Kamusta ang paghahanda, Coach Jason?
Sir, so far po, nandun naman na po kami sa peak ngayon. So, by 8 po ng December ay ang Team Pilipinas Sepak Takraw po ay pupunta na rin po sa Thailand. And mag-start na rin po ng 9 or 10 na po yung games namin. So far, sa nakikita naman po namin training, nakikita naman po namin na yung mga players naman po natin nasa 90% naman na po para po sa darating na laban. At the same time naman po kasi is nag-prepare din po kami ng 1-month training sa Thailand. So, nasasabi naman po namin na yung confident na mga bata is dahan-dahan na po nilang nakukuha. Kumbaga, ang mangyayari na lang po talaga pagdating sa actual game po, alakasan na lang po talaga ng loob po kung sino po ang mananalo.
Coach, tama ba yung napagkakarinig ko ang laro ninyo ay sa A9 at sa Gazz? Tama, no? Pero pupunta kayo ng A8. Hindi ba masyadong late yun? Hindi ba dapat mas maaga para makapagpahinga muna yung mga player ninyo? Ano ba?
So far naman po, sir, so far okay naman po yung ganun po kasi po para po mas yung ilalaan po namin doon na magpapahinga kami po na is naititraining pa po namin dito kasi mahirap din po makahanap doon ng practice area po kapag masyado naman din po kaming maaga.
Okay. So, ilang events kayo sasali, Coach? Ilang events yan?
Una po, team event, men and women's po, 2. Tapos po, quadrant po, men, tsaka quadrant mix. Tapos 2 hoop po, men and women. So, mga 6 po lahat.
6? Oh.
6 na, Coach. So, 6 na events. Pero ilan ang contingent nyo? Ilan ang mga sepak takraw atleta nyo?
Ang bali po sa men's po nasa 15 po kami.
15.
Then sa women's po nasa 12 po.
Ba, dami rin pala.
Marami rin, no?
O sige, okay, puntahan natin sila ang ating pong mga bisita, si Abigail at saka si team captains. Unahin ko siyempre. Abigail, paano ka napasok sa sepak takraw? Before that, meron ka bang ibang nilalaro maliban sa sepak takraw?
Yes, sir. Good morning po. Bali, yung pinaka-start ko po, bago yung sepak, nag-start ako nung elementary. Taekwondo, volleyball, ang dami po. Futsal, basketball. Bago po talaga ako nakastart.
Oo, atleta ka talaga. Oo.
Bakit mo na...
Bali, nung elementary na. Yes, sir?
Sige lang. May delay lang.
Go ahead.
Bali, nung elementary po ako, yun po yung pinakauna ko yung sport, taekwondo, tsaka volleyball. Tapos, nagsepak po ako, high school na po. Tapos, tuloy-tuloy, nag-try ako nung entramis, tapos umabot ng regional palaro. Doon po ako na-discover.
Bakit sepak takraw ang nagustuhan mo?
Yung taekwondo siguro.
Bali kasi po sir, sa taekwondo, medyo halata natin na kailangan yung height talaga, height advantage. So, nakita ko na yun, parang hindi na ako tatangkad. Kaya mas pinili ko na lang po yung sepak kasi parang okay lang na kahit hindi ka sa height, pasok ka pa rin po.
Ayun. Ikaw naman, Vince.
Yes po, good morning po.
Good morning. Paano ka ba napasok diyan sa sepak takraw at meron ka bang ibang nilalaro dati?
Ever since grade 5 po ako nagsimula magtakraw. Yun na po, takraw na po talaga since nagsimula ako hanggang ngayon. Tapos, nahiligan ko po magtakraw kasi dahil sa sipatingga.
Ayun, pareho tayo. Sipatingga din ako dati.
Opo, babad po ako dyan lagi.
Di pala yan yung nag-umpisa ka, pala yan tama sa bukong-bukong ng paa mo, no?
Ay, hindi po.
Ikaw lang
sa pool niya. Ako hindi sa pool.
Sa ilalim po ng sa ilalim ng tawag doon?
Sa talampakan. Sa talampakan mismo. Okay. Alam mo, interesado ako dito bago natin tanungin sila about their preparation. What makes sepak takraw so exciting at saka mahirap? Bakit ano ang tingin niyo? Bakit exciting ito dapat panoorin ng mga Pilipino, Abigail?
Siguro po sir, para sa akin, exciting po siya kasi minsan lang tayo nakakita ng player na sumisipan ng bola habang umiibot po sa ere. Yun po yung pinakadating sa sepak na kapag.
Hindi ba masakit yun, Vince? Yung ratan na ball, hindi masakit yun?
Pagkasanay po, hindi naman po. Siguro sa ibang halimbawa po, yung mga nagtatry lang, pag nakikita kami maglaro, yun, sabi nila, masakit, gano'n po. Pero para sa amin, hindi naman po.
Pero ako kasi first time ko na cover yan was yan sepak takraw yung 1983 yata or 85 Southeast Asian Games. Oo, talagang nangyari rin sa Bangkok. Pero makikita mo yung talagang yung crowd tuwan-tuwa.
Yun nga.
Pagka naglalaro. Dito ba sa pagbalik ninyo dito sa Thailand, sino ba ang makakalaban nyo talaga dyan? Sino ba ang seeded na bansa na makakalaban nyo dyan?
Ang makakalaban po talaga namin is yung Thailand po talaga, tapos Malaysia.
Host talaga.
Yung host talaga.
Opo, pinakamalakas.
Grabe ang cheering ng mga Thais dyan pag naglalaro sila. Sepak takraw,
Gaano ba katagal yung isang laro ng sepak takraw, Coach?
Tumatagal po siya kasi po ngayon po is 1 to 15 po yung bawat scoring po per set. So kapag ka nagkaroon po ng tie po, umaabot siya ng third set. So possible po nasa 35 to 1 hour din po talaga yung isang laro kapag ka talagang close fight po talaga.
Sa hawig ng laro, sa ruling, saan nyo ba mahambing ang sepak takraw? Badminton, volleyball, ano?
Ano po, same po talaga, volleyball at saka badminton po kasi ang sa badminton po kasi 'di ba is may same lang po kasi kami ng size ng court ng badminton. So bali parang ang line lang po talaga yung nagkakaiba. Then ang scoring po nila is love all din po, tas may mga juice din po. So parang same lang po. Pero yung in terms naman po sa mga pag-atake naman po, is same naman po sa volleyball po na may tinatawag na server, spiker, at saka ano po, receiver po. So, ganun po siya.
Pag nakikita ko yung video kanina, mahalaga ba na matangkad dito, coach? Kasi syempre yung paang ginagamit mo Although pwede mong gamitin ng dibdib daw, 'di ba? Pwede 'yon, no, dibdib at saka kahit ulo, no? Pwede 'yon.
Opo. Yes
So,
po.
mahalaga ba ang matangkad yan, kita mo? So, kung matangkad ka, medyo abante ka dahil syempre over the net na yung agad yung mga binti mo, yung paa mo.
Bali po sir, ngayon po kasi is nagkakaroon na po tayo ng yung nagiging modern na po talaga, tsaka nagiging strategic na rin po talaga lahat. So, by position po kasi may mga kanya-kanyang advantages po. For example po, yung nasa gitna po, yung tinatawag na server, mas advantage po kapag mas matangkad siya. Kasi po, may tendency po na kapag tumayo siya doon malapit sa may mas malapit na po siya sa net kung titignan po. Ganun, yung sa spiker naman po, syempre po, mas ideal po, mas matangkad din po kasi pag ibablock mo po yung katawan mo, pagpapalo yung spiker, mas malaki ang harang. Then sa setter naman po, hindi naman po nagmamatter yung height sa setter. Ang sa setter naman po is as long as na mabilis ka po, kaya mo pong i-feed yung bola sa spiker mo ng maayos, wala pong problema po doon. Yun po yung parang nagiging ideal po ng bawat positioning po.
Ang galing. Ang ganda panoorin.
Hindi, ako nanonood ako dyan. Mas lalo na pagka mga foreigners, iniinda talaga nila pagka sumisipa. Gumaganon siya ganun. Pero alam mo, napansin ko, no, yung bola ngayon hindi na yung talagang ratan kulay yellow.
Yes po.
Ano
Yes
bang
po.
gawa yan? Gawa sa plastic na yan?
Ano na po siya, sir? Synthetic rubber ball na po
Parang
siya.
pickleball na. Parang pickleball.
Hindi na talaga ratan.
Okay.
Opo.
Balikan ko yung mga player. Abi, ano ang pinakamahalagang bahagi ng training ninyo?
Ngayon.
Conditioning, technique, ano ba ang ginagawa niyong focus sa training ninyo?
Bali ngayon po sir kasi madami kaming bagong kasamaan po ngayon. So, sa kanila, iba yung focus kesa po sa dati. Sa amin, kasi nakakasama din naman namin sila pagdating sa quad, sa rigo, gano'n. So, sa kanila, medyo may unting basic po sila na kailangan balikan. Tapos sa amin naman po is paano namin i-handle yung mga strategy na kailangan gawin, kailangan i-apply na po sa actual game po.
So talagang pero mahalaga pa rin na may dito, hangin, conditioning, no, Vince? Mahalaga rin yan, ano?
Mahalaga po talaga kasi pagka yun nga po, mga dikdikan na po yung laban, may pressure na po yan. Kaya
walang substitution yan? May substitution ba yan?
Meron.
Meron din
po, may time out din po.
Meron din.
Pero kasi pagka naubos po yung ganun, kumbaga parang mas maghahabol ka lang yun, kaya mas kailangan po ng endurance din.
Yung coach,
lahat yun po.
Coach, yung last Southeast Asian Games, saan pwesto ba ang national team? Silver?
Dalawang silver po, tsaka isang bronze po.
Yun,
Kaya lang inuulit ko lang yan. Ano ba ang palagay mong masusungkit natin sa...
Makakapag-improve. Makakabalik pa tayo sa gold medal kasi kagaya ng 2019 Coach Jason?
Yes sir, sisikapin po talaga natin na makakuha din tayo kasi syempre po by next year po is Asian Games, so kailangan po talaga natin mag-deliver at saka para mas lalo pa po natin ma-encourage yung mga grassroots namin na mas galingan pa rin nila pagdating ng panahon, sir.
Ay, well, speaking of grassroots, no, wala ba yung sa asosasyon nyo na mga planong mga tournaments na medyo similar sa ginagawa sa basketball, volleyball?
Para sa mga bata talaga.
Para sa mga bata, para lumaki yung interest ng mga Pilipino sa sport ng sepak takraw.
Actually sir, meron po tayong liga, siguro hindi lang po masyado napapanood or na meron po tayong tinatawag na Philippine Sepak Takraw League. So lahat po ng nakasali doon is affiliated po siya ng NSA. Then naka-register din po sila sa SEC. Then ang objectives or ang advocacy po noon is yung mga under 17 po na mga bata po na pa-tournament po namin sa liga namin. So, sila po yung nagiging priority namin po dun sa Pilipinas Sepak Takraw League, sir. Nagkakaroon kami ng qualifying po niyan, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, then final po.
Maganda yun.
Ganun
Maganda,
po.
importante yan, yung grassroots.
Tapos, sasabay na rin po dun, sir, yung mga batang Pinoy, na sila rin po yung nagkikita-kita po. Ganon.
Well, alam natin na hindi magiging madali dahil alam naman natin ng mga yung sepak takraw talagang ano yan kumbaga indigenous sport sa ibang bansa, Indonesia in particular, and even Thailand, even Malaysia kung gano'n. Kaya alam natin na hindi magiging madali pero meron na tayong kasaysayan ng magiging winners sa Southeast Asian Games, kaya inaasahan natin na muling babalik ang kinang at tagumpay ng Philippine Sepak Takraw sa Southeast Asian Games. Good luck sa inyo sa inyong pagpunta sa Bangkok at tututukan namin ang inyong performance.
Good luck po sa inyo.
Thank you po.
Yes, sir. Maraming salamat, sir.
Maraming salamat.
Thank you.
Mga kaibigan, ang ating pong Philippine Sepak Takraw Team, Coach Jason Huerte at Team Captain si Abigail Sinugbuhan at si Vince Allison Torno. Naku yan ang mga hindi na nabibilang pero nagbibigay ng medalya sa ating Team Philippines.
Pero yung dati minsan nakikita ko pa, mayroong mga laro dyan. Yung larong yung kumbaga parang open court, yung mga basketball. May mga sepak takraw ako nakikita dyan sa may cultural center.
Kahit semento?
Oo.
Ba mahirap yun?
Pwede. Hindi, kaya nga parang sinabi mo, yung basketball, di ba? Yung mga ordinary, nasa semento.
Kasi nakikita natin pag tumbling nila ngayon, bumabaksak talaga.
Naman kasi
Eksperto ka sa tumbling Alright mga kapatid, at this point bago natin ipasok syempre ang ating susunod ng mga bisita, magbalik tanaw muna tayo mga kaibigan sa mundo ng palakasan at kasaysayan po ng sports this week in sports history.
Okay, December 1, 1989 or 36 years ago, lumapag sa Amerika para humingi ng asylum ang multi-Olympic at world champion gymnast na si Nadia Comaneci. Tumakas sa Romania at nooy 28 anyos dahil gusto umano niyang maging malaya. Di kasi siya pinapayagan noon ng gobyerno na makalabas ng bansa. 1996, nakabalik din ng Romania si Comaneci matapos ang pagbagsak ng communist regime. Pero naging naturalized US citizen din siya noong 2001. Matatandaan si Nadia ang pinakaunang nakakuha ng perfect score sa Olympics noong 1976 kung saan 14 anyos pa lang siya nang maging gold medalist, hindi lang sa isa kung hindi sa 3 events. Comaneci arrives in the US to seek asylum this week in sports history.
Alam mo yun, si Nadia Comaneci talagang natatandaan ko yan. Yan ang crush ng bayan nung panahonan natin.
Yes.
Tayo, mga kasing edad yan
Hindi kaya kanina binanggit ko Comaneci, pero actually it's Comaneci. Pero syempre tayo nung high school tayo, Comaneci.
Diba? Yung talagang makikita mo siya, ang ganda niya, tapos ang galing, diba? Back in the Montreal Olympics, natatandaan ko yan.
Alam mo kung sino ang kalaban niya? Si Olga
Si
Korbut.
Olga Korbut talaga. Kaya gambira.
Meron akong kaklase, yung book cover niya, puro sa cutout picture ni Nadia Comaneci.
Alright, Alright mga kapatid, well, pinag-uusapan din naman natin ang mga magagaling na binibini ng palakasan. Well, alam nyo po, nagtapos na ang PVL Reinforced Conference. And of course, wagi muli ang Petro Gas Angels nang talunin nila ang Zeus Coffee Thunderbells. At ngayong araw pong ito, itatampok natin ang mga kampiyon sa In the Spotlight. At gusto nating i-welcome ngayon ang mga champions ng PVL Reinforced Conference. Si Boots Bortado. Andito na ba? Si Chi Saet. Sorry. Chi Saet is already here. Ayan, si Chi. Nintay natin ang iba nating mga kasama. Si Jules at saka si Myla. Chi, magandang umaga. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Chi. Can you hear us?
Good morning! Yan, Chi. Congratulations sa Petro Gas.
Salamat po.
Alam mo, napanood ko yung finals eh. Tinutukan ko yung finals. Talaga namang nakakatakot yung pinagdaanan ninyo.
Pukpukan talaga.
Pukpukan talaga. And of course, maraming yung nga sabi nila, hindi daw nila in-expect. Totoo ba yun talaga, Chi? May mga interviews kayo na lumabas na hindi nyo in-expect na abot kayo all the way to the finals and much less yung mapanalunan nyo all yung PVL Reinforced Conference.
To be honest po, opo, kasi syempre kumbaga marami pong naging changes sa team, so kumbaga lahat po parang this conference bagong coaches, bagong system, so pero syempre kumbaga kami na kaya pa ba natin, pero syempre with the help of our import and the trust of our coaches, kumbaga nagawa po namin and naitawid po namin talaga ng tama.
Oo, kasi alam mo nung first set nanalo ang Zeus di ba? Nung finals when I was watching that. Actually very close, no? And then yung second set lumalamang na naman yung Zeus. Biglang nag-turn around ang laro. Anong naging sa tingin mo, Chi? When you look at that game, ano sa tingin mo naging kumbaga turning point nung finals na yon?
Siguro po, sir, for me that day yung second set is mas kumbaga nanaig sa amin yung pagiging composed, yung pagiging mga veterana sa loob na we've been here na parang so many times. Kumbaga, alam na namin kung ano po yung gagawin pag ganitong situation. So, siguro po on that day, nangyari na nanaig yung pagiging parang champions pa rin po namin way back nung All-Filipino Conference po.
Yung experience, partner, yung...
Yes,
Pero, tandaan mo, nakakausap natin dito yung mga Van Sickle, si Gary and Lisa. Tatlo sila, including, of course, ang MVP na si Brooke, no? And I wanna ask, Chi, mahirap pa yung naging transition yan? Kasi kayo, ilang coaches, pare? Tatlo na yata, pangatlong coach na. You've had 3 coaches, si Coach Koji, si Coach Brian Esquivel,
yung and then meron yung una, yung si
Coach Koji. Tapos meron pang tapos ngayon si Coach Gary and Lisa, no? Yeah. How difficult was the transition para sa inyo, Chi?
Kumbaga kasi po going to parang nasanay nga po tayo na Filipino coaches, tapos naging foreign coach, speaking to Coach Koji, iba po talaga kasi yung system niya. Then after po niya, transition po ulit, balik po kay Coach Brian. Minimal lang naman po yung naging adjustment kasi sanay naman tayo kasi Pinoy po. Tapos eto din po with mom and dad, Van Sickles. Kumbaga, may mahirap pero parang hindi na po namin yun inisip ng masyado kasi nga, syempre excited din po kami for this conference. And of course, excited kami to play with Lindsay again.
Okay, Chi, tanong ko lang, no, di ba? Dahil dati talaga, ang nag-brew na rivalry dati was Petro Gas and Creamline. Now, having a taste of the game against Zeus, palagay mo ba sa mga susunod na conference
Zeus na?
Zeus ang magiging karibal?
To be honest po, sir, Zeus is a very promising team sa PBL. Lalo na po ngayon, nangyayari po yung drafting. Kumbaga, mas dumadami po yung chance na mas makarecruit and mas spread po sa bawat teams yung mga upcoming na mga bata na alam mo din po, malaki din po yung potential. So, this time po, hopefully by next year po, may talagang balance and hindi na din po natin talaga alam kung sino po talaga yung magiging top for the next conferences.
Hindi mo masabi.
Mahirap. Pero balikan ko lang yan. Na-interview din namin dito si Anna De Beer ng Zeus Coffee. Including si KC, si Minor, no? Si AC Minor. Pero si Anna De Beer, nung first set of that finals, was dominant. Grabe yung laro talaga niya. And of course, even in the semifinals, halimaw talaga. Pero nung next, especially in the third and fourth sets na, parang na-check nyo na siya. Anong naging strategy doon na sinabi sa inyo ni Coach Gary? Ano ang adjustments na ginawa ninyo?
During our viewing po, preparing for that day po, a day before. So, Sunday final, Saturday, we have a viewing. So, Coach Gary instructed Myla especially, our opposite, that for that match, na she has to stop the beer din po talaga. And yun nga, nangyari naman po kasi, kumbaga, knowing Myla Pablo talaga is, kumbaga, a very versatile player. Mapa-open, mapa-opposite talaga, pwede siya. And, kumbaga, nag-click naman po yung idea nila, Coach Gary and the coaching staff na si Myla talaga yung itapat kay Vivian.
And of course, your import, si Lindsay Van de Velde, iba yung klase. With Brooke Van Sickle na ngayon ay isang 3-time MVP na, sa tingin mo ba, yung kombinasyon na yon talagang yun na yung naging very lethal para sa Petrogas, Chi?
Oo naman po, malaki pong factor si Lindsay sa amin, knowing na she's a returnee import for us way back 2022. Ganon din po, sir. Actually, same din po yung nangyari na talagang dumaan din talaga kami sa butas ng karayong with that year, with that conference, yung first year po ni Lindsay. And eto na naman po, ganito, butas din po talaga ng karayong yung pinagdaanan po namin. So,
nabanggit niya kanina partner si Myla na naging parang assignment niya si De Beer. But remember si Myla, nung creamline na laban, nung na-injure si Lindsay, si Myla ang nag-step up doon. She had 26 points in that particular quarterfinal game laban sa creamline. And how important is Myla sa inyo? Alam naman natin na ang dami nyo ng mga batang player. By the way, pasok na natin yung medyo nahuli pero nandito na rin si Jules Tolentino, ang inyong rookie player na naging starring din. Jules, magandang umaga. Thank you for joining us.
Morning po.
Morning, Jules.
Bago kita puntahan, tatanungin ko lang, tutuloy ko lang tanong.
Kanina ka pa namin pinag-uusapan dahil wala ka eh.
Pinag-uusapan kaya biro lang, Jules. Biro lang. So, Chi, gaano kahalaga si Myla sa inyo?
Napaka-importante po talaga ng role ni Myla. Kasi, gaya nga po ng sabi ko, she's a very versatile player. Dalawang position kasi yung kino-cover niya po sa team, which is yung outside and opposite. So, either or naman po siya talaga ilagay dun sa position na yun, she will perform her very, very best po talaga.
Jules, you are a rookie pero and yet kampiyon ka agad ng sinalihan mo for this year with Petrogas. Ano ang biggest learnings mo as a part of this very, very tough na Petrogas Angels na lineup?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, siguro yung composure din. Yun po kasi talaga yung nakita ko sa ates na kahit sobrang grabing dikdikan yung laro, sobrang composed na lang lahat. So, syempre, as a rookie, parang normal din na sometimes na-rattle din ako. Pero, sa nakikita ko sa mga ates ko, parang chill lang sila, parang sige lang, isa-isahin natin. So, ayun, thankful ako kasi may ganong guidance ako sa mga ates.
Ikaw, ito rookie setter, pero hindi mo makikita yung bakas ng pagka-rookie eh. Lalong-lalo na nung sineset up niya na, si Lindsay Van de Velde, parang ang punta mo kay Lindsay, And of course, BVS, even from the back line, how good was it na meron kang ganong klase mga player na ang dali-daling i-set up at alam mo namang kayang-kayang pumatay ng bola, Jules?
Well, very high caliber silang players. Parang, syempre as a setter, sobrang laking boost nun sa kumpiyansa ko na kahit ano itaas ko na bola, alam kong papatayin talaga nila. So may ganun pong assurance from them na talagang ipaglalaban nila yung team. So, hindi rin po naging mahirap for me kasi alam kong grabe yung fighting spirit din nila.
Oo. Well, what's next, Chi? Para sa Petro Gazz, I mean, pahinga muna, but again, you will be preparing for
the All-Filipino.
For the All-Filipino. Ano ang confidence? Gaano kalaki itong pagkapanalong ito going into the All-Filipino Conference?
Of course, it's a big boost po sa bawat isa po sa amin entering sa panibagong taon, panibagong conference. And syempre, mas lahat naman po, syempre ngayon may Christmas break, so hindi yun magiging dahilan para huminto kami. We have to prepare our body and magkaroon ng magandang mindset para sa upcoming All-Filipino Conference for this January po.
Oo, mahalaga yan. Alam mo, nanalo na sila isang All-Filipino eh.
Kaya nga, oo.
Tatlong reinforced. So
ito ba sa inyong dalawa, nakikita nyo bang for 2026 ang Petro Gazz Angels sa magdo-dominate
Ayan.
sa PBL?
Jules, anong tingin mo?
Sa tingin
Ikaw
mo?
ang bago dyan. Anong tingin mo?
For sure naman po. And
Aba.
yung pinaka po na to, never naman po naging complacent. So, kahit na nasa winning streak kami, parang hindi pa rin kami napapanatag sa ganun. Parang we try to push ourselves more talaga every day. So, sana more successful po sa amin and mas magtuloy-tuloy pa po yung hard work namin.
That's true. Well, medyo naubusan tayo ng oras, but let me ask you this. Just as a reaction, nag-disband ang Cherry Tigo already sa kanilang team, and of course maraming players dyan na magagaling na ngayon ay available for the pickings.
Tama.
Kung kayong dalawang tatanungin, isa lang. Sino sa tingin nyo gusto nyo maging kakampi mula dyan sa Cherry Tigo lineup na yan? Unahin ko muna ikaw, Jules. Ikaw yung mas rookie. Sino ang tingin mo?
Actually, I don't know po yet because I think it's for the management to decide.
Pero kung ikaw lang. Meron kang gustong maging kakampi.
Syempre po, yung mga co-rookies ko din po, like
Ayun.
sila Ate Jean. Kasi syempre, wala pa po kaming 1 year sa pro. So, ayun, I feel like makaka-overthink din yun, lalo na sa mga co-rookies ko din po ng drafting. So, hopefully, lahat po sila.
Mahirap na.
Matatanggal. Chi, ikaw, sino gusto mo maging kakampi?
Magiging Petro Tigo yun.
To be honest, wala po akong ibang pinagpipray na makasama sa court, kundi si Ara Galang.
Galang. Wow. Veterano din.
Veterano.
Yan ang mga wala kang maitatapon, kumbaga, sa ganyan. Well, ladies, congratulations sa inyo. We're very happy. Alam mo, kaibigan ako ni Mr. Villavicencio, kaya talaga natutuwa ako sa inyong pagkapanalo, and we look forward to more championships para sa Petro Gazz. Congratulations!
Congratulations sa inyo.
Salamat po, sir. Magandang umaga po. Salamat po.
May makakaibigan si Chi Sayet and of course si Jules Tolentino, miyembro ng kampiyon ng Petro Gazz. Ano yan? Congratulations, Ricky Villavicencio and Rafi Villavicencio. Ako talagang tuloy-tuloy na yan. Alright, mga kapatid. Well, that'll do it for us this Saturday, partner. Tuesday, kita tayo.
Tuesday,
magkikita tayo sa Tuesday.
Ihasa mo na yung irons mo.
At kayo rin po, maghasa kayo ngayong linggong ito at mag-enjoy kayo ng long weekend.
Yes, long weekend.
At lahat ng ating gawain gawin na ninyo. And of course, tuwing Sabado, bawal ang masungit, mga kapatid. Ngiti-ngiti lamang. And sa lahat po ng ating gawain, ad maiorem Dei gloriam, all for the greater glory of God. Kami po ang 1PH Teleserbisyo para sa Pilipino. Susunod na po ang inay ko po.
Happy Sports Weekend sa inyo.
More power
and more play.
Sa kapwa ko Pilipino, Ipagmalaki ang galing na meron tayo. Ilantad ang likas nating talento at magdala ng saya sa mundo. Sa harap ng pagsubok ay di susuko. Para sa pangarap tayo'y porsigido. Magpakitang gilas na at magpapatalo. Ipag-iwang natin ang Pilipino. Yan ang Pinoy. Mula noon at hanggang ngayon, talento natin ng bida. Mula sa simpleng bakuran hanggang entablado natin ipakita. May pagsubok man ng Pinoy, pinalalakas ng saya. San man tayo sa pulo, Chumbe, Sibay, Lakay, Aniga. Sama-samang pakita ang galing natin katropa sa kapwa ko Pilipino.
Power and Play was presented by Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Cherry Tigo, love your journey. Photon, gawa ng Pilipino para sa Pilipino. And Joyride, ang bago ninyong kasundo.
Halina't